Welcome to the OhioRAAM Show.
Well, hello again. It's the OhioRAAM Show. I'm Lee Kreider, and as you can see, Jim is not here today. Like I said before, he keeps getting these jobs, and then they call him in on a Sunday, and that's where he's at. He said he'd try to join us, but I assume he's trying to fix some problem. He's an IT manager of a company down in Cincinnati area. So if he gets here, he'll be here, but looks like you're stuck with me today. The OhioRAAM Show comes to you because of the wonderful people who operate the time stations for the Race Across America here in Ohio. Time stations 41 in Oxford, 42 in Blanchester, and 43 in Chillicothe. No new announcements about time stations just yet, but I know that Jim's working on this, and hopefully I'll have something to tell us. Exciting one of these days. These time stations are open around the clock, 24 hours a day while the race is in progress, Race Across America. It's a great place to come and see the race. Now, in fact, there are sometimes some long periods between racers, but there are certain days of the week that we see a lot of people coming through at once. And Thursdays, Fridays, you'll find that happen that week. And we'll be posting the dates later on. If you'd like to learn more about the race or get to meet some of these people or meet some of the people that run these time stations, just come on down. The Oxford and Blanchester time stations are right next to the McDonald's restaurant. You'll find the McDonald's in those towns. You found them. Chillicothe is a little more remote, and I think Jim is thinking about possibly moving it. We'll have announcements about that later on. And of course, we also want to talk about the signs along the way, the route signs that Mike Minium puts up. If you'd like to donate to help him with those signs on the show, OhioRAAMshow.com, on the right-hand side, upper right-hand side, you'll find a place where you can send him a few bucks to help him with that program. He does it out of his own pocket. Well, like I said, Jim is gone. You got me. You're kind of stuck with me today, and we'll try to get by as best we can. Jim is really, really missed. He does so much here, and we appreciate him a great deal. Let's see. We want to make sure that you, thank you who are subscribing to us on YouTube, and those of you who are following us on Facebook. If you're not, please go there and hit that follow button. If you're on Facebook, the subscribe button down below the video there on YouTube. And on YouTube, you want to make sure you ring that bell for your notices. They do a lot better job with notifying now, so be sure to take advantage of that. Comments and questions. We want to make sure that all of you who are on here, if you've got a comment or question for our guests, you'll put them in the comments section. And here's some we haven't seen around. We're in Denmark today, and one of our great Danish friends, Team Skydog, Mrs. Skydog, is with us. Glad to see you with us, Mrs. Skydog. Always happy to have you here, and we haven't been having a lot of shows at this time of day, so that's been a problem. for those of you. So comments and questions, please, or just tell us where you're from, if nothing else, just like Jetta did there. And we'll be glad to make that known to everybody. We appreciate that a great deal. Just a little bit of news, not a lot. Texas Hell Week is starting this weekend, and we hope maybe to get some news from there. And at the end of the week is the Longhorn 500 and the Stampede 500. We're real happy about that. So keep that in mind. And hey, all of you out there, racers or anybody else that has a website, hey, let's go and update them. You you go to some people's websites, and the last thing you saw posted was 1989. You want to wonder why you don't have any visitors. Well, of course, but get those things updated, racers, particularly with your crews and your sponsors and all that sort of stuff. And we try to make that known here. And we hope that you will do that too. Hey, good friend of ours, Valerio Zamboni, from down there in along the Mediterranean. Hi, Lee, you look great. Well, I actually am doing pretty well, Valerio. I had some new heart tests on heart function. They came back that my heart output had about doubled since the new equipment was installed. So since it was installed, and they told me, the test showed me that it's doing better, I decided, why not just be better then? If so I decided I'm going to do that for a while, see how that works out. And Mr. Skydog is with us too. And hello back to you as well. Hey, we appreciate you people checking in here because that means a lot to us. Okay. The only thing I have otherwise is the fact that next week we're going to have Team Skipper Brazil on, or maybe it's Brazil Skipper. I don't know. Yes, Valerio, I try to be funny sometimes, but as my wife will tell you, I rarely ever succeed. And you've learned that as well. What was I saying? Team Skydog next week. And hopefully Jim will have a job again next week. He can be with us because we really, really miss him. But they'll be back on the regular English time. Yeah, Valerio. But thank you for that interchange. We appreciate that a lot. We enjoy that. Well, enough of this. Let's get on to Denmark. We haven't been there for a while, but we haven't been neglecting it necessarily, but we just haven't been there. With Stig Nicolaysen. I'm laughing at Valerio here, and I'll have to get settled down. How are you today, Stig?
I'm so fine, and I hope you too are so fine.
I am surviving and thriving, despite the fact that I'm 87 years old. I kind of enjoy being 87 in some ways.
Yes.
Well, in other ways, I wish I were 47. But you got to take life as it comes at you, don't you?
Yes, exactly.
Hey, I hear you were just down the Canary Islands, right?
Yes, we came home last day. My wife and I had a tremendous week in Gran Canaria, climbing in the hills and very sunny weather with 30 degrees, and it was perfect.
Got those mountain breezes or the ocean breezes, as well as some climbing and some serious cycling in, right?
Exactly.
Well, Stig, it's been a few years since you've been on the show.
Yes.
And at the time, I think you had to share it with somebody else, as I recall. But so tell us a little bit about your cycling background, how long you've been doing it, how you got into it, etc.
Yes, it's a rather long history, but I will make it so short as I can. My son got cancer in 2013. he is doing well now, but we were in a situation where everything seems hopeless, and we decided that we would make a goal together, and that goal should be it was my son who suggested it, was that I should take part in a race across America on my bike, and he should follow me in the follow car, and together we should rule over the finish line. So in 2016, we were in United States first time to do a race across America. It was a really good experience. I was not finished race across America. I went for about 4,000 kilometers and 10 days on my bike, until it was too risky to continue biking because my arm was sleeping, as you know. I couldn't stop the bike. I couldn't drink on the bike. I couldn't do anything with my left arm, and I think that my team was very happy when I decided to stop. So 10 days, 4,000 kilometers in 2016. But when we came home, and after some time we have considered the situation, me and my wife and my son also decided to go to United States again to race across America again in 2019. And I was there last time in that year. It went more wrong, if you can say so, than it did in 2016. I only passed Durango. I was in the time before leaving Denmark. I have rather high infection numbers in my body, and it was not so sure that I could leave Denmark to go for race across America. But my doctor said it was all right, and I went and tried. 4.5 days, 1,700 kilometers in race across America, and then I collapsed on my bike, and it was not good for me or my team or anyone that I should take 1 meter more on my bike. So that was a short scene in race across America, and we have to take the rest of the way race across America in our follow car, and it was it. When we came home in 2019, we decided that never more we should go.
I ain't gonna do that again, all right?
No, never. But my daughter's sister got breast cancer in 2020, and my own mother got cancer in 2021, and then we considered and decided, okay, we do it third time, and this time it shall be. So I'm coming to Oceanside the 13th of June, and then we go the whole way race across America. It's very important for me also to tell that here in Denmark we have a numbers of followers who is with us because we have a form for mission. We want to inspire other people to set goals and think about the future when this awful cancer sickness comes into the family. So many people follows us, especially on Facebook and Instagram, and follow a normal family father, if you can say so, that suddenly becomes a extreme exerciser on his bike, and that's our history that we want to tell the world, if you can say so. At the same time, we collect money for a foundation here in Denmark called Børnecancerfonden, Children Cancer Fund. It must be in USA, and we have collected $75,000, about $75,000 about that, until now, and we will still collect money also when I'm riding in Race Across America.
That's this year. You've got so far 75,000, correct?
Yes, until now.
That is wonderful. Well, let's. We got some comments here we want to get to before we go too far. Valerio said he's heard that Nevermore before. I think a lot of people have. But Red Pearl, who is also known as Sandy Earl, says in English the saying is third time is a charm. I don't know if they say that in your part of the world or not, but let's.
Here in Denmark, if I was here in Denmark, we said third time is a lucky time.
Okay, well let's say we're going to do it this time, and we wish you well. But now you've had a lot of experience with cancer in your family. I believe you mentioned your son.
Yes.
How is he doing?
He's doing well now. He's under education and lives a normal life. Also, my sister's, my wife's sister, and my old mother is still living, and under the circumstances, they have it all right.
And I believe your sister-in-law has cancer. We went over this. I didn't really write down.
Yes.
So you had a lot of experience with that. Well, if you want to learn more about the foundation that Stig is mentioning, and even if you'd like to drop a little change on that, his program, just go to the OhioRAAMshow.com website, and below Stig's video, you will see show notes, and there you'll see not only how to learn more about the foundation, but also how you can follow Stig. Now, when you're doing the Race Across America, will you be posting regularly on Facebook or where?
Yes, it's mostly on Facebook, also a little bit on Instagram, but we will post it every day.
Okay.
We are posting on Facebook every day from now on until we reach the finish line.
Now, there is a good man. He knows how to use those social media. And, you get a following and people say, well, what's he doing today? Is he training? What did he do? Those kind of things. Keep that stuff going, because that really creates interest. Mm-hmm. They say, I've heard it said you can do too much. I don't know. I mean, I suppose you can, but I haven't seen very many people in the ultra cycling world who do too much. In fact, if we have a problem, it's the fact that the ultra cyclists follow the biblical tradition of keeping their candle hid under a bucket. Don't let anybody know what you're doing, and somehow or the other, you just hope the world will find out, Stig, and it just doesn't work that way. Get that stuff out there. Yes. Hey, yeah. Listen, tell me about your team.
Yes. This time we will be 9 person, inclusive myself. And we have our team chef, John, and we have 8 hours, 7 other people in the team, including my wife, who is the administrator, and she's doing a lot of things. I don't know what he calls in the States, but she'll pick up everything I lose mentally under my way across.
Everything you haven't thought of, she thinks of. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly.
Well, you need somebody like that. I said we kind of have two names for that here. One is logistics,
Yes.
and the other is gopher.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that you got to have a gopher, someone who lost everything else. They'll go for it. Yeah. So I lost count. How many on their team?
8.
8 people.
8
and
people.
What kind of vehicular configuration you're going to have, vehicle-wise?
Yeah, we have one follow car and one auto camper. And then we have 3 teams with we have three persons in 3 teams, if you can say so.
Okay.
Here in Denmark, we have children garden. You know, they are selected in green room, red room, and blue room. So those 3 rooms we have, and everyone includes 3 persons.
Yeah, well, we talk
One
about
of them has to shift.
we talk about the green room here on the show. Somebody in the background. I want to show you this. There is Jim.
Yes.
He logged on to the show, and then he got called to work, so he's there. I just want you to know he's still around, but he's in the green room now.
Yeah. Yes.
He's waiting, and apparently he's not going to make it, I gather. But
Oh.
Well, we miss you, Jim. You really do. You mean a lot to us. Well, Stig, what do you think you've learned in the past 2 RAAMs or your other? I mean, you've done the race around Denmark, the Malfort, is that what it's called? 24, some others.
Yes.
What from all that have you learned that you think you'll do different this time?
And since 2016, we have been working with the sleeping arm and my sitting style, if you can say so, on the bike. And I have got several bike fits since then. I've changed a lot of things on my TT bike. I have got the world best bike seat from Infinity Bike Seats. So I think that we have come much longer about not to risk those things that went wrong in 2016, especially. So I'm confident, and I think that that this work will bring me through Race Across America and over the finish line. I'm so sure. Of course, we also have learned a lot of how to tackle the heat and so on. So I think we are more prepared than ever from many sides, and I'm, as I said before, I'm sure that we will reach the finish line this time. 3rd time is the lucky time.
Well, I had my cough button on there. I said, you've learned through your fit kits and what have you, what might have caused that arm to go to sleep on you.
Yes, we
And
have.
and then hopefully you won't have any bugs, any bacteria or viruses
No,
in your
exactly.
system this year.
No, and then we will also be prepared by medicine before the start and so on this time.
Yeah, well, that's important here. Valerio says, thanks, Lee and Stig, for the great show. Unfortunately, I need to go. Have both of you have a great day. They're a busy man.
Yes.
And, I mean, I believe last year, Valerio learned that he was having problems with saddle sores and he was using exactly the wrong medicine on it. In fact, the medicine he was using was making it worse. I won't try to get into the technicalities of it because I'll probably get it wrong, but he could have gone to the drugstore had he known and picks up something off the shelf that would have fixed his problem. But, it's those little things that can get you sometimes.
Exactly.
And you just never know. I mean, when you get into something like the Race Across America, you just never know, Stig, what you're going to run into.
Oh,
And that's one of the things we deal with and understand.
yes.
Well, if anybody's got a question or a comment out there, get it in right now because there's a delay between the time you put it in and the time it gets to us. So we're going to be shutting down here in a little bit. So if you have one or a comment, get it quickly. Here comes one now. Mrs. Skydog. Well, okay. Stig, translate for me.
I know Jette very well. Jette and Soren was on my team in 2016. And already at that time, we have a speak who said, believe in the shit. På dansk. On Danish, it
and Soren is there too.
Yes, I can see that. So
they're good supporters, and like I said, we haven't been having many Europeans on, and so the time has not been convenient for them. We know you love us, and we appreciate that. We need all the love we can get here.
Yes,
and we want to wish you well, Stig. We wish you and welcome you to Ohio, to our 3 staff time stations here. I better not say more about that, but at least 3. And we will try to help give you a morale boost or any other help you might need along the way. We've got bike shops ready to come on to play at any time of the day or night. Mechanics the same way. And we can track down medical resources, most anything. We've done some remarkable things here, and it's all due to all those people who you see standing out there ringing the bells and cheering you. They do a lot more than that, and we want to thank them all. Thanks a lot, Stig. Thank you for all you for viewing. Thank you for making comments and questions. That makes the show fun. And make sure you follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and we'll see you next week with Team Skipper Brazil. Brazil Skipper, something like that. I'll try to get that straightened out. I was going to try, but the Race Across America website was down today, so I couldn't check that out. With that, Stig, don't go away till we're done. When we go off the air here, we'll chat for just a minute. Yes. And we're going to check in with Greg Zuber to see if he can get us out of here. Bye-bye, everybody.
This is Gregory Zuber, thanking you for watching and sharing.
Music by Kevin MacLeod.
Well, we're still on the air because I had to get Soren's remark up there. 3 best time stations. So Soren,
Yes, I
with
can see
that, bye bye again. Let's hit the